Ghur, the realm of beasts, is a near endless string of jagged continents, each awe-inspiring in its primal splendour. Here every creature is red in tooth and claw, and every animal, insect and plant is both predator and prey. Even the landscapes are possessed of a hungering intelligence. Primal violence lurks everywhere, in man and beast alike. The prehistoric reaches of the realm of beasts tend towards rugged, wide open places where winged raptors wheel in the clear blue skies. Sweeping savannas, craggy valleys, and open plains are split by fierce white water rivers and yawning chasms that open and grind close like impossible mouths. Great migratory traits crisscross the lands, made not only by herds of prowling animals and hunting behemoths, but by the features of the land itself. A traveller might seek refuge in a cave one night and emerge the next morning to find the horizon has changed, the landmarks having slid slightly but disconcertingly out of position. Here the mountains move in search of ice with which to armour its flanks, just as the open plains grind the mountain's edge to sharp gravel, the better to protect its crust from the feet of those who seek to traverse it. The river conquers the hills, gradually carving them apart with the rocks it has ripped apart from the high peaks. The hills shiver free from the forests that seek to take root upon them with avalanches of rubble and burrowing of root-gnawing stonelings. In places the weather-beaten bones and rib cages of gargants and vast saurian monsters litter the lands, used as a frameworks for everything from plants and beasts to primitive townships. Strung with the furs of recent kills, they are dabbed with charcoal, chalk and terracotta. The large settlements on the amber plains of Ghur tend to be surrounded by concentric rings of palisades where every stake is sunk deep to jut diagonally outward. A stone wall would soon be smashed down by a rampaging megabeast, but a sharpened stake at just the right angle and with the strength of stone behind it can force even the hungriest creature to leave well alone, lest its own charge be its undoing. Those too frenzied or dim-witted to learn the danger of such traps will split themselves through in an instant. All the people of the settlement need to do is set a large bonfire beneath it, and the creature will likely feed the whole tribe of which it intended to devour, as that is the way of things in the realm of beasts, as predator becomes prey. Gnawed, cracked and pitted bone is a common sight in the realm of beasts, for natural and unnatural creatures are in great abundance, and to die there is to be devoured. Even the realm stone of Ghur takes a similar form, the amber-hued substance naturally occurring like fossil in rock, deposited that range in size from tiny magical creatures no bigger than the finger bone of a bat, to huge thigh bones. Pieces like those of a thunder tusk are sought after by the shamans and ambermantic seers of Ghur. Those who become attuned to these artifacts can unleash the beast inside and even transform into massively muscled primal versions of themselves that fight with the fury of enraged predators. Where there's bone, there's meat, as the hunter tribes of the Great Coil say, and Ghur's is the best in any mortal realm. As a result, good quality sea salt is a hugely valuable commodity, as it is used by hunters and cold claimers to preserve the vast slabs of meat they ship out to other, less bounteous realms. A good-sized rock lion haunch fetches such high prices it can be traded for a batch of blades from the realm of metal or a dozen barrels of flame ale from the realm of fire. The realm difficulty is keeping the would-be trader from eating the goods before the exchange can be made. In the realm of beasts, the demands of heart and stomach triumph those of the mind almost every time. The Heartlands of Ghur are hosts to a great many tribes of savage and brutish species. Here the Uruk and the Ogre thrive more than anywhere else. Their might makes right philosophy and reckless aggression, lending them the edge they need to survive amongst the wilderness. Gorka is worshipped in a variety of different ways across every continent, even by many of the human hunter-gatherers that eke out a nomadic existence. There, entire wars have been fought over whether he is cunning but brutal, or brutal but cunning. Though the Ironjaws can be found enforcing their hierarchy of raw strength across every landscape of the pan-continental Ghurish landmass, the Bone-Splitter Uruks make up the majority of the green-skinned tribes. In the Heartlands, ravenous ogres instead intend to migrate across the landscapes near the realm's edge, known to some as the hinterlands, taken from the lands of substance as they go, before heading back to start all over again. Those known as the Beastclaw Raiders bring with them the Everwinter, a supernatural blizzard so intense the lands become icy and make it much harder for life to live in the tribe's wake. The coming of chaos to Ghur began first with the great skull gatherers and gore hunts of those human tribes who worshipped corn. For though they knew not of what their actions would unleash, their behaviour opened the door to the blood god's minions nonetheless. When chaos demons and their corrupted allies claimed great swathes of Heartland and Hinterland alike, the tribe's destructions met them with an avalanche of violence in return, and Ghur still exists in a state of tension, with the Pantheon of Order joining the fight. There is no telling what fate is in store for the realm's reaches. And that is my short lore video for the realm of beasts. So the main thing about this realm is it sort of talks about, we look at it from, our own perspective, our own planet. We have things, like just general terms of geography, erosion, things like that. It takes a very much more bestial aspect in this. And something I liked about reading about the realm of beasts is, of course, we know things like Ironjaws and ogres and bone splitters all live there. But it's much more interesting for myself personally, I thought, to learn about how the realm is actually fighting against each other in a very sort of bestial nature. How the mountains and hills fight against the trees, and the rivers and waters corrupt and break down the mountain passes. The landscape changes overnight. There's lots of little things like this. So it's not just what you think of the creatures that live within the realm of beasts that strive and fight in this, predator meets prey environment. It's actually the environment itself, the landscape, that really fights for survival, which is quite cool, and I think makes it a bit different to the rest of the realms. So that's been quite cool as well to learn about. The reason why I wanted to do Ghur the Realm of Beasts as a short lore video is because quite a few of the lore videos I've done lately are about death, or they're about chaos or order as well, and there hasn't really been too many for destruction. I think the only one I've done is Ironjaws, and in all honesty, the reason behind that is because when I do these lore videos, what I've done so far for these short ones is I've either done a named character or a realm. And the problem with destruction is that they only have, from what I know, two named characters. They have the Loon King and they have obviously Ghur. So the only one I have left to do is the Loon King, as it stands. Currently of this recording and stuff, pre-more releases and everything like that. So I don't want to do the Loon King straight away, because I feel like then there's nothing really left for Destruction players in terms of these short lore videos. So I thought this was like a nice in-between for people out there who are interested in Destruction lore. Right, okay, so with that, guys, I very much hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please smash the subscribe and like button, as that massively helps the channel and is absolutely free for you guys to do so. If you've got any questions about the Realm of Beasts or about anything in particular, or your sort of thoughts on the lore behind it, let me know in the comments down below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts there. If you would like to support the channel a bit further, I have got a Patreon where you'll find a link to at the top of the description, so feel free to check that out. On that note, I want to say a massive shout out to my patrons as well, who you should be able to see on the screen. And these guys becoming a patron is the reason I can keep this channel going, so I honestly can't thank them enough. Right, guys, so like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, until next time, stay safe, keep hygienic, and of course, remember, Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.